Hey, good morning. How are you today? It's Deb and Mom.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. We're back and we're doing our 12 days of Christmas. Christmas cookies and treats, that is. And I forget what day we're on, but this is a good one. Do you know C's Candies? And my mother-in-law always gets C's Candies. We always give her that for Mother's Day and Christmas. It's what she really likes. And she likes the nuts and chews. And so my favorite part, because I've been known to steal one or two, is the nuts. And so what we're going to do today is this is going to be my Copycat C's Candies chocolate covered almonds.
Sounds great.
Okay, so let's get started. This is a really yummy recipe, and guys, it is so easy. There's really only 2 ingredients. There's 4 if you want to do it optional, but what we're going to use are raw almonds, chocolate chips. Going to talk about that in a minute, and sea salt to touch up the top. Now, when you use baking chocolate, when you go to melt chocolate, it will occasionally seize. And how you keep it from seizing is you buy a higher quality chocolate. And so today we're going to use the Ghirardelli chocolate because, number 1,
it's the best.
It's the best. Number 2, we don't want it to seize. And we're not even going to use oil in this recipe. If that's the other optional ingredient you could use, if you were going to use like a lower quality chocolate chip, you could use maybe a tablespoon of oil in it. So let's get started. Vegetable oil. Yep, vegetable oil. In a pinch, I've even used like a flavored olive oil. One time I used an orange flavored olive oil, and that was really good. So we're keeping it easy. And actually, why don't we put those in here? Because by the time we do that, so I was thinking I was going to start with the chocolate chips, but you know what? Let's start with the almonds. So that'll take a little bit longer. If you could turn the oven on medium, or the stovetop, yeah, on medium. And what we're going to do is we're going to measure out a cup of raw almonds. We're going to toast them on the stove. And that's going to give them lots more flavor. Could you buy like lightly salted nuts and skip that step?
Sure, you could.
Yep. So, but this is going to make them extra special, and especially when, you know, you're working with really nice, high quality ingredients. I want them to be special. So we need a cup. Perfect. And, you know, for this, I'm going to use a non-stick pan. If you don't have a nice non-stick pan, use a cast iron skillet. That would work great too, but just leave it dry. So we're going to, we have that ready to go. So we're going to put these on. And it's going to take about 5 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes. Once you smell the nuts toasting, you know they're done. So I'm going to bring the camera over. We're going to watch Mom as she kind of stirs them around and keeps them moving. Nuts go from toasty and fabulous to burnt really, really quick. So you want to keep an eye on them, but it's just 5 minutes. Hang on tight and I'll bring you over and show you how we do it. Okay, we're a couple minutes in and Mom is continuing to move those nuts around because even though it looks like nothing is happening, they are getting toasted. Are you able to smell anything yet, Mom?
Not yet.
Okay, so as soon as they start to have just even a tiny bit of aroma, they're going to be done. And so we're going to take them off the stove right away. Okay, Mom has been diligently watching them sauteing the dry roasting, I should say, the nuts. And she's going to go ahead and pull them off. It's been 5 minutes. They're warm and toasty. And the first thing you want to do is actually take them out of the skillet they're in. If we leave them in the skillet, they'll continue to cook and they could burn. So perfect. Okay, now we're ready for the chocolate. And what we want to do here is we want to melt the chocolate. Again, if you're using a lower quality, the flavor is going to be good, but you might need a little bit of oil vegetable oil.
Yeah.
So Mom's going to put this in the microwave.
30 seconds?
Yeah. And every 30 seconds, we're going to stop and we're going to stir it. It's going to look like the first time, especially, nothing's happening. But we know that we need to stir it every single time that it comes out, because if we don't, there's an additive in chocolate chips that keeps them in their shape. And if we don't stir them, we won't know that it's melted. So just a few more seconds. All right, so again, looks like nothing's happening, right? Well, let's give it a stir just to find out.
Oh, but it is.
But it is. You can see some chocolate on the bottom. Another 30 seconds. This is the easiest way to melt chocolate. I've done it over the stove.
I've done it disastrously over the stove.
We've done it disastrously over the stove. Yes, we have. Yeah, so this is just so much easier.
And it's actually easier to clean up
Yeah, it is.
because you use a bowl instead of a pan.
Yeah, that's a good point. Great tip. Now we can see a little more melting stuff happening. Gonna give it another good stir. He doesn't want to come off. Okay, back in it goes. All right. It looks perfect. See how silky smooth that is? That's what we're looking for. Okay, now we're gonna take the nuts and just pour them into the melted chocolate. Give them a really good stir. Wonderful. Be back in just a moment. Okay, guys, we're back. Honestly, I don't know what I was thinking. I said 1 cup of almonds, toasted almonds. It's actually 3 cups of toasted almonds. So we toasted some more, we tossed them in there, and now we're ready to pretty much finish.
Yes.
And Mom's gonna take, and we're gonna make little scoops. This is one of those things where little is better, because you really don't need a whole lot. And then what I'm gonna do is follow along behind her. You want a spoon? Kind of keep them,
Yeah.
yeah. There we go. To keep them corralled, because the taste is so flavorful, it's so rich. Really, you only need just a little bite. And I'm just going to follow along behind her and put just a pinch of, and the tiniest pinch of sea salt on each one of these treats. So we're going to work away and follow along with us. And just like that, we're done. This made 40 treats, about 40 treats. And I want to show you just a little tip when it comes to putting on the sea salt. If you put it right here, you put your hand like really close to the candy, it's going to be one little spot of salt. But if you bring your hand up here, I'm not trying to get fancy or anything, but when you're high, it's going to hit a bigger radius. So just a little tip there. Now, we just need to refrigerate or pop these in the freezer. You can probably do the freezer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we'll be back and we'll get to try them. Yay. Okay. We are back. We cheated. I know the instructions say to put it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes, but we put it in the freezer for 15. And that worked too. So these are ready to go, and I think we should try one.
I do too. I think I'll take one of these that are deformed.
Uh-huh.
Very good.
These are just like C's. Oh, goodness. These are great. Oh. Yum. Okay, I'm putting this over here. If we let them completely freeze, it would be a little plainer, but from now, all we need to do, I have a couple pretty platters, little Christmas platters. If you're giving these as gifts, you know, some of these platters you can get, you know, like a pretty little Christmas platter for like 15 bucks. What a great hostess gift. You pile this high with treats, off you go. So we're just going to pile them on here. And then Mom and I are going to skip through the neighborhood and give cookies and treats away. We have a lot at this point. Hey, thanks for joining us. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for another 12 Days of Christmas.
You bet.
And I'll, who knows what we're cooking next, right? So anyway, Merry Christmas to you. Happy holidays. We'll see you tomorrow.